Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how I did the transparent wreath card. It's not a difficult card at all, as you can see. We've just got a frame on the back to cover all the workings. There. And I added these, I didn't put them on originally, but it just looks a bit plain, so I just added a few little foliage there. Just show you the back. That's where we've just folded over the acetate. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, so I'll just run through a few bits and pieces that you're going to need. I've used the very thick acetate from Papermania to get the front of it, and of course I've used my Christmas foliage stamp, which I don't know if you all know, but there is another one coming out, and she's got a die with it as well, which I'm quite excited about that, I have to say. So that's the favourite, and this one I've used this sentiment instead of the other one, just to give a little something different. But I have got the one that I used the Celebrate one, just the top two there, but on this one I'm using the May Your Birthday Be Filled with Sparkle, because I wanted to fill that in because I like the glitter. And I used the Christmas sprays, which used the little tiny one there, and cut the stalk off. And I used the winter flower. Didn't use the dyes at all because we're using, it's all acetate on this one. So that's that. The wow powder is the metallic silver, and I used Starry Night. I used that for the favourite, that one there, and I put Starlit Sky, Sparkleicious on it, and I made some peacock centres. This is my little stash that I've done, I've got ready, and I'm using the Papermania Dome Glitter stickies for underneath, which I'll show you. But I'll show you how to do these, but this is one of the flowers that I've done. So you're going to need an old stamping mat, my one that's ruined, and I just use for shaping the acetate. So that's that. Okay, so I'll show you that one in a minute. Right, so I've got everything ready that I can get ready for you. I've cut and stamped up 12 of these. I did, on my one I did 13, but I had a lot of waste. So the only one that we're not going to use on this, because they're going to be 4 are going to be for the corners, but the only one we're going to waste on this is that. But it will go into me foliage box, and I'll use it probably for something else. So it won't get wasted, but we're not going to use it on this one. But these are all going to be cut into singles. I'll just quickly show you. I don't know if you could see it on Chloe's website, but there's the 4 corners there, and then these ones are the ones that we cut, and I just put 3 in each flower. Hope you can see that all right. If I do that, you'll be able to see it sort of standing up. Okay, this one I used the Papermania glitter domes for all of it, but I covered some of these in the Starlit and the Peacock. I think I'm going to go for the Peacock with this one. I think it stands out better. Just quickly show you. So that's one there. So get one of these. Might have to reshape some of these because they're quite sort of foldy up, but it doesn't really show on that one, so that's why I've done them. I think it looks better. So let's don't lose it. And these are all you need 35 of these. Sorry everyone, it's a lot of stamping and cutting, but they're quite easy to cut out. It's just a quick, didn't take that long. Okay, so let's just put all them back in there for the moment. Get them out of the way, all the extras. Right, I've got, so I can show you, I've got one to show you, and I always do a spare, so I've got a spare just in case anything does go wrong. So let's just pop these to one side for the moment because we're going to do the base of the card. Let's pop that over there. Right, so let's just stand that up there. Right, so your acetate, you're going to need that to be, remember it's the strong one, and you're going to need that 20 centimetres by 22.5. Excuse the mess of my, it's got so many workings out on it. So this is your scoreboard. It's best to do it with a scoreboard, or if you've got one of those slide cutters and you've got the scoring tool on it, that's fine, but I use a guillotine, so I can't use that. So this measures 22.5. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can put a thing underneath it so you can see it. Can you see? I've scored mine already, and just with a ball tool, and I've scored that on my, this is a Martha Stewart, an old one. I don't think you can get them anymore. But this is 1 notch under the 8 inches. But if you're metric, you want to score, this is be 20 centimetres. So it's exactly the same as your card that you cut. So the back of it is in, I can't say it, I will attempt to say it, Lapis Lazuli. My husband's in hysterics. I can't say it, but I presume everybody knows. It's the Chloe's navy blue pearl card. So this is exactly 20 by 20 centimetres. So this little bit here works out at 2.5. So I've scored it there. I've turned it over and I've scored it there. And it's very easy to turn it over. But what I'm going to do that before I do that, I'm just going to run my fingers across there to get all the glitter off, because I'm going to get the red double-sided tape, which is the nice strong one. And I think this is about 12 mil. Let me just check that. It's about 13. Yeah, it's 12, roughly 12 mil. So this is perfect to go onto this. Just readjust, falling off my chair. Right, let's get rid of this scoring board. So I'm going to put a piece of card underneath so that I can see what I'm doing. And literally, I'm just going to put this down 2 layers. I'm going to get it, you don't want it right on the crease, you want it just slightly under, as straight as you can get it. There. If it goes wrong, just peel it up a little bit, just underneath, and cut it off flush. There. And then do exactly the same again down the other side. So you're sticking the tape on ready to go on the back. You want to line that up. So it's not a hard card. I wouldn't say it's fiddly as such, but right. And I'll just get me trusty bone folder and just give that a little push so it's securely on there, like that. Okay, right, now I'm going to fold it over, so that way, Just get my bone folder, just give it a crease like that, and it's quite stiff. Okay, so that is the front of our card. It's covered in glitter. Right, this is your back of your card. What you're going to do, I didn't check before that it lined up, but that's quite a good line up. And then what you're going to do, get some tweezers, or if you prefer to work with a knife to get the ends up. Covered in glitter where I've been making the gems. Right, I'm going to lift this. Let's get that, pull that out of the way for a minute. Lift it up. Now I still do bunny ears with this, but it's a bit harder to do the bunny ears because it's like a plastic instead of a paper. So just score it either with a knife or fingernail, tweezers, whatever you've got. Push that back in. Now remember, I opened that up, so I'm just going to, I don't want to push it down, but I just want to make it scored again. So push that in as much as you can, line it up and push it down like that. Hold it into place. Pull, you can see what you're doing. So pull this one first because that's the underneath one, and then pull that one. Okay, and just remember you don't want it to twist or warp, so hold it. You can put them at the same time. Do a bit at a time, so you're holding it all the time. Okay, still hold it because you don't want it to warp. Right, and fingers crossed. Turn it round, you can see where it's not stuck properly, so go in with your bone folder and give it a good squish down. You can see the bits where it's starting to stick now. Okay. You won't be able to get all of it, but you can get most of it. Just pull these up. Okay, so that's the back of the card. Alright, you could always put something over there if you wanted to. Could always put another bit of that over. But I think it looks okay, it doesn't look messy or anything. Okay, so that, it stands up okay. Once you've got the weight, it'll stop doing the stands up quite well. Once it's got the weight on it, doesn't do the splayed leg thing as it does there. Okay, so now see where I've been wiping it, but most of that's going to be covered, so it's going to be okay. Now don't wipe it with your anti-static mat because it marks it, as I found out. Now you can see mine there, my blue is slightly larger, and I think you'll find on this one, I think it's slightly larger on this one as well. No, it's not, that's because I've not pushed it as far up as I have, but it doesn't matter because once you've got the weight on, that's going to pull it down and it's still going to stand up okay. I think I did another one where it was a bit bigger, but it didn't make any difference at all. Okay, so let's just go. Right, so I've got the frames. I've used exactly the same size. I think it was 8 and 11, working our way in on Chloe's dies. I just wrote a few notes down. Yeah, frame used number 8 and 11, and I cut one of the blue and one of the crystal white. I've put double-sided pads. I've just put the thin ones. I've got 1mm. I'm using them up, and I just use them as 1mm. But on this one, on the original one, I think they were 3mm, but I've run out of them ones, so I've just done a 1 on that one. So what we're going to do, I actually put the flowers on once I'd stuck it all down, but this is going to be, it's quite difficult to line it up, so I did work on a grid, but I worked on my pink grid mat, but it's absolutely filthy, and I thought I'd better give it a wash. So I've got my old glass one out, and of course the grid's slightly different, so I don't think it'll make any difference, but I'm just going to line that up as best I can, and I'm just going to pop that in there. There's no glitter on it because it's just underneath. All the fussy glitter and everything is going to be on the outside, so I'm just going to manoeuvre it slightly. Now I think that's roughly three, that's slightly, so I'm just going to move it down slightly. I think that's okay, it's up there, I can't see it. Just turn it round. Yeah. Right, so it's 3 centimetres, and that's from the outside of the card to the inside of the frame, which is there. So that's going to give us a guide. So I think where that is positioned is okay. I'm just going to quickly pop that on. Just make sure it looks alright. I've done that one. I did that in the Starry Night, which is a nice blue. And I've taped, everything's taped, ready to go. No pads. Right, so this goes underneath. Let's do that now. So I'm just gonna stick that on after. I can't remember the way round I did it when I did the original card, but I'm going to do the bunny ears on this, on the sides, but completely take the middle one out. There. So, just get my ring. Just gonna, so if the top, the bottom and the the sides and the bottom are 3, then the top one will be as well. Just move that over. Perfect. I can't really see up there. Perfect. So I'm going to go in, hold the frame there. I'm just going to push that underneath like that. I know I said it wasn't fiddly, but this I suppose could be fiddly. Just a fraction and press it down. That's the main thing. We've got that done. So I pull my bunny ears out like that, and that's stuck. So that's done. And then the next one, exactly the same. Middle one out. And do the bunny ears. just line it up, no measuring, just go straight in with this one, stick it down. And there. Now this one I've put exactly the same amount on. I just hope that's enough to stick it down because I've heat embossed it, it's going to warp it a little bit. So what I might do is just go around the bits that I've missed with the little bit of glue, Cosmic Shimmer, just to make sure it sticks down properly. I'm just going to use Chloe's one. Yeah, there. Just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of. We just got to be careful when we take off the double-sided back tape, that you don't get it all over your card. Right. So let's just go straight in. I'm going to have to turn it around this way, everybody, I'm afraid. Hope you can see it okay. Right, I'm not going to, normally I would hold the bunny ears, but I'm not going to hold the bunny ears because I don't want to get too much glue on the back of the tape. Right, I've just lined up on the grid and I'm just going to put that down, just looking at it. I think that's as near as I'm going to get it. It looks roughly straight. And go for it. Okay, take out the bunny ears. I know I can see the glue on them and so I'm taking them out. So I'm just going to put them straight in the bin. There. Yeah, I'm okay. Right. That's okay. And what I do afterwards, inside, I will go in with, let's just get the glitter trolley, and I will use, if I can find it, I'm going to use the Diamante Sparkle, and I'll just pop that in the middle, but I won't do that now because I won't be able to close it down. Right, I'm just going to recrease that. What is that on it? Get that off in a minute. It'll be covered anyway. Right, I'm just going to give it a wipe with my hands. That's all. Just like that. Now, when I take the back of these off, I am going to put a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer on them because you might need a little bit of wiggle room, and it does help it stick a little bit better onto the acetate. So just have to bear with while I take all these off. I had trouble with my 1mm ones, they didn't separate very well, so I have to cut them off. So I use the easy lift one side to get them on, and of course now I'm going to have to try and get these off. And I've got sticky tweezers. Oh, bonus. Right. Nearly there. I lied, I thought I was further round. Not having much luck with these ones. Right, I think this is the last one. That's it. Right, just de-sticky those for a little bit. Right, I'm just going to go in with a little tiny bit of this, just on each one. My bendy pin, and just find the easiest place to pick that up. I think it's there, so pick it up, just hold that down, in place, and stick it down. So you want roughly up, move it over. When I did it the first time, this didn't happen, but of course, because I'm trying to show everybody, it goes wrong. But just pick it up, and move it along. Like that. And stick it down. Okay, and we can get that glue off after. But it's not going to be seen because you're going to be putting all your flowers. But that didn't work out as the way that I wanted it to, but it's down. It's stuck. So just be careful when you're sticking it down. Going to get bits of the glue off. There. It will dry clear, but I just don't like it there. Okay. You can see the inside, so I'm just going to go on the inside and get rid of that. It'd be easier to get it off probably when it's dry, but it's coming off okay. Yeah, that's dried, so it's coming off easier. Right, you can see little bits of glue. That's a bit on my arm or something. Probably, yeah, it's better to. I'd leave it to dry, everybody, if it happens. Just leave it to dry, and then it comes off easier. So, right, that's that bit. Okay, so you can see the EVA on this. Oh, on my frame I've got one side a little bit smaller than the other side, so I didn't adjust it, I left it as it is, and I cut this bit exactly the same. So when I go to put this in, I've just got to make sure that my sides are lined up. And I thought it didn't really matter because it's going to be underneath. No one's going to see it really once the flowers are on. So just going to open that up. And the slightly bigger side is over here. Yeah. So just put that down there. Like that. Just move it round till it matches. It's only really just to cover the back side, because we don't want it to be seen. So just pop it down. Again, if it squidges out, we get that later. Pop it down. I'm just going to turn it round so I can give it a you will see a bit of the blue, but can't see any of the white. So, I know I told you it's better when it's dry to get it out. I need to turn it over so I can show you. Right. Okay. Another. So that's that. I think that's inside actually. Where the tape got. Yeah, that's the tape. Right, I just need to get some acetone on that to get rid of it, but we'll do that after. So, let's pop this. That's the main card done there. Okay. So now we go in and we'll start doing the flowers. As you can see, I've gone for a different colour. I didn't want to do exactly the same colour again. Just get rid of some of the rubbish that I've accumulated. Right. Let's get the flowers. And all the bits and bobs. Show you how to do the. If you need to like reshape them, wait until they're properly dry before you attempt to reshape them, because they do go a little bit no, too bendy. Not that one. Might have to reshape that. And I found when I'm doing one of these flowers, I shape it. Wait till it gets cold, and then you can bend it out, do your glittering, whatever you want to do, and you don't have to wait for it to dry. But if you just get some tweezers or hold it, but turn it upside down because the glitter will flick off. Now I just go in on a bit that you've not glittered, there, turn it up the other way over your glitter pot or a bit of scrap paper, and then you can just pop it back that way. You probably lose a little bit of the inside, like you can see I've lost a little bit of the embossing there, but you're not going to be seeing that, so it doesn't really matter. If you want to wait until they're dry, that's fine. Pop it in the centre of your hand and just do that, and it'll come back. It's exactly the same with the bigger ones. I'm going to have to reshape some of these because they are a bit tight. Exactly the same. When it's dry, they just pop back into shape. Okay, so that's that bit. And I've got a flat one, so I can show you how to do it. There's that. And all these, I think I cut a couple of extras just in case. And I probably layer it up different to what I've done the first one. I always do it slightly different. There's all my little bits and bobs. Probably not going to use the silver ones, but probably use the peacock ones because they're a nicer colour. Right, I'm just going to pop that out the way for the moment. Bring in my shaping mat. Now my gun's been cold for quite a long while, so I'll heat it up first. I'm going to use, I've got the big ball tool, and on the end of the big ball tool I've got sort of a medium one. So I'm going to use that, and I've created the sort of indent there. So if you've got an indent in yours, you can use it. If you haven't, don't worry. Just move it. You can still squish it. So if you don't want it to be as much, you can use your big ball tool. It's probably better. I used a small, like the medium one. I think it might have been too small. So I'll use the bigger one. But don't worry, if you haven't got a big one, don't worry. Let's just heat this up for a minute. Right, I'm going to go in. I use the big ball tool on this one, and I use the smaller one on there so you can see. Alright, so when you go to do this, slightly hold the end so it's full of glitter. Hold the end of it because sometimes it will just fly. So hold that, and you want to go directly over the middle. Okay? Hold the ball tool, and you can see it shaping. I think that'd be cold enough. You can see it's shaped quite well there. So that is cold. I'm going to show you. Put it, if you want to reshape it, you can do this as well. Okay, it goes flat again. Don't need to wait for it to go cold. I'm going to do the smaller, sort of a mediumish one. And you get a different shape with that one. You can see it's quite a bit. And I think on some of these, I'm not quite sure what happened to that one. It's folded in on itself. So what I'm going to do, pop that one to one side. I'm going to see if I can flatten this one out a little bit. I know it's got my glitter on it, but if it doesn't work out, I can always use this one. Yes, that's fine. Just leave it a couple of seconds. I'm going to go in with the big ball tool. I suppose there's not enough heat to melt the glue that you've put the glitter on, so I am going to do that on a couple of mine, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get the gems in there. So I'm just going to okay. I think some of the ones that are not too folded up. Yeah, they'll be okay to just do something with them as well. So just bear with me, everybody. I was a bit vigorous with them last night when I was shaping them. So I think that one will be okay. And just this one a little bit. Don't want them quite so tight as a bud. Okay, that's better. Not too vigorous. Now we need 9 of the larger one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then just 3. I've just done the medium on this one. On the original one I did the small and I thought it was a little bit too small. So I'm just going to show you. I didn't cut down on one of the other cards that I did. I cut them right down into the centre, but this I've not done that this time. Just let me shape this one. Actually, let me show you. I'll get a smaller ball tool. As you can see, this is quite a small one. And I'll just show you how squished up that they can go. Right. That's quite a squished up one. Perhaps I used that ball tool yesterday. But, so I've got a few spares, just in case, but I think we'll be okay. I'm just going to pop them. They won't get wasted. They will be used for something, another project or something. Right, let's just get all this out of the way so I can show you. Right, I've topped up my silicone. Let's just have a bit of a tidy up, get rid of all this. Don't think I'm going to need any of this at the moment. Right, tweezers just in case. Let's put all of these, put the 3 smaller ones over there. Right, when I did this, I actually did the flowers first and I positioned them so that I don't want a huge overlap on that one. I'm just going to turn it round just to sort them out. That one might be well, yeah, that one will be okay there. It's raised up but you're going to put it in a box, but you don't want it to go over the edge because it won't fit in the box. So if you haven't got a lift up one, just heat it, just push them up a little bit just so that you can got, it's just literally on the 4 corners, not on the corners but in the middle of them, like that. And we're literally just going to go in with the silicone, and I go around here, not used it today, just take the little stopper out that it gets overnight. Right, so I go around the outside and work my way in with a big blob in the middle, like that. Don't know what one it was that one I think. Just going to pop that down there. Like that. Because it's on the silicone we can move them if we need to. Like that. I didn't worry about doing the 12, the 3, the 6, the 9. I literally just went round. So just moving them to fit. So exactly the same around the outside. Got a bit of a stoppage in me syringe. Just fitting them in, fitting the petals underneath each other, just manipulating them, moving them around a little bit. There. And this one. Don't worry if you think they're big gaps, but we're going to be filling them. I'm going to start at this side now. This one's quite a skinny one, so I'll keep him for down there. It's quite a flat one. We need another sort of, yeah, that one will be okay for there. So let's use these ones. Oh, air bubble. So pop that there. Just going to go around to the other side. I might have to put that one there. Yeah, put that one there. Pop him there. Should be able to get the 9 on, but we just squish them up as best we can. Perhaps we'll only be able to get 8 on, but we'll see. I'm going to go for the 9. Yeah. I think we'll be able to get the 9. Hopefully that one. We should be okay. That one will fit in there. Just remember, watch the edge. Doesn't go over too far. There. Well, the reason we put the blob on the underneath is because it's pointy, because you've pushed it down. As you can see, you've pushed it down, so it will wobble. If you just put a tiny little bit on, it'll just fall over, so we need them to stand up, so that's why I put quite a lot in the middle. Put that one there. Move that round a little bit. Make it fit. Okay, so that's that one. And then put one in the top, miss 2, one there, miss 2, one there, and miss 2, and then you've come back to your one in the middle. Okay, so the best fit. 1, 2, going to be one there. I might have to, I know I've undone these, but I might have to go back in and squidge them up so that they fit in. That one will be okay there. Remember, quite a bit in the middle. Just pop it in. The best fit. Just hold it for a couple of seconds. No, I think we're going to have to make them smaller because they're just going to keep popping out. I don't really want to put marbles in them to keep them. Right, I'm just going to take, oh, stuck a little bit. I'm going to move this out of the way for the time being. There. And I am going to squidge these up a little bit more, everybody. And I'm going to go in with the really tiny one. And I'm going to make them really small because I can see they're not going to fit properly. So I'm going to have to make them really pointy on the back so that they're going to fit in. So that's got a nice point on the bottom, and that one's more rounded, so I'm going to take the other one out that I put in with the silicone and just give it a quick wipe to get the silicone off. Just give it a quick wipe. Okay, so exactly the same. Right, let's try that again. Put them to one side. And let's see what ones fit better. Not have to change. Right, so I'm not going to have one up here. So this is going to be the first one here. What have I done with that? Oh yeah, there it is. So I'm going to go with silicone in this one. Just remember, lots on. Place it in. There. Just push it down a little bit. Might be nice if they're all done. But, so miss two. That is a proper squidgy one. Not quite sure how I'm going to get that one in. But, we've got silicone in there, so we need to take that one out. There. Just take most of it out because you're going to cover it over with a little bobble. So 1, 2, so that's going to be that one. That's a perfect fit. In there. Perfect. Now this one, we're going to be able to squeeze him in there. Let's just stick that down a bit. Might move that. I'm going to swap them over. So pick that one up. That one up. Just put a little bit more. There's quite a bit on there, but just put a little bit more on. There's still enough room at the bottom of the card. That's why I like using silicone, because you can just pick it up and move it. And that one, I want that one to go. Let that go in there. Probably lots of silicone, yeah. Just scrape it off, take it out. And once it's all dry, I'll go in round the back of the card and I can see what's seeped out. And I'll just get my cutters and I'll just trim the silicone off. Just going to move that forward a little bit. And then we can put this one in the middle of the one that's not so squished up, which is this one. And I'm going to go in that way. Perfect. What I should have done really was flattened it out a little bit, but I'm worried that it won't. I'm doubting myself now whether to squish that out a little bit. I'm not sure. Not sure. Just let me hold it up and have a look. Yeah, I'm gonna squish it So I'm just going to take that off, pop that, get tissue, take off as much silicone as I can get off, and I'm going to squash it a little bit more, but not squash it, flatten it I mean, but I don't want it to be too flat because we've still got to get it's on the bottom of the card. So I'm just going to heat it up, everyone. I have to say I didn't have this trouble when I did the first one, but never mind. It should be enough. Okay, some of them have been squished and redone quite a few times, and they still look. It still looks okay. Right, let me take some of that silicone off of there. I'm not going to reapply that. I'm going to use. I'm just going to chuck that away. Right, silicone. I'm just going to pop it in first, just to see. It's fine. Right. Okay. Fit it in there. They're all moving about. So pop that down, and he will rest there. Okay, that's still going to fit in the box. Silicone doesn't look too bad. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm just going to get the little centres. These are just a small pearl that I covered. I'm just literally going to put a bit of silicone in the middle of all of them. And then use my tweezers to pop them in. She says. That's it. Oh, God. The smaller ones I'm going to put in. The ones that have got the double flower. I think there's a smaller one. Put that there. Put that one there. Okay, so you can see it's starting to take shape. Just make sure they're all sort of stuck. Right, okay, I just turn that round. Okay, so that's that bit, you can see. Okay, so then I've fitted, I'll just get that out of the way. So I'm going to get four complete ones of these, and they are going to go on the four corners. So. Just fit in. ends off. I did. Alright, that one there. I'm just going to cut the ends of these ones off. Not too far that you're cutting any tentacles off. But it's going to have some inside anyway, so. That one. You can see the flowers as moving as I'm putting things on. That's going to be a bit tricky, that one. These ones. What I do, I'll put some silicone, a few at a time. And literally there. I did 3 on the ones that are in between the spiky on the corner. So I did 2 on the outside, and then I went in with 1 on the inside, so that makes you 3 there. And then one of these. I think, not sure, let's check the size. Lost that one. I know the cats find that. Might go in with a bigger one. We'll do that after, I think. We'll see what they're going to look like first, and then we're going after. So, it's that. And then on the one that's on the corner, I literally just went in with 1, with none on the inside. I just did 1 on the outside next to it. There. Don't think I did. I'm just going to check. No, I did 1 on the inside and I did 1 on the outside. So let's make it the same as the other one. I just put that one there. There. Just do a little top up. Just do as many as you can without getting them stuck everywhere. So this one's going to have 3. There. I'm keeping it inside the edge of the card so it fits in the box. There. 3 on this one as well. did think about putting the foliage on first, like I did with the original Wreath Card, but I don't think it would have worked with these flowers. And go in this way. Put that one there. Right, one on the edge of this. I'm going to go with this one. And then go, might have to go backwards with this one to get that in. Like that. That's okay. This one's going to be a bit more trickier, a bit more flatter. Just going to have to lift that up quite high. That one. Have to lift that. Going that way. There. And put that on the wrong side. One. Underneath there. It's not the same as the other ones. That's better. One on the foliage, which I'm going to cut that off after. I can always put this foliage over it. Cut it off after. Right, a few more. 3, another 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Right, I'm just going to squidge it down a little bit. This one. Right, that's that bit done. Okay, you can see that. Just hold it up, I don't want anything sliding off. Okay, you can see that. And then these ones, this is a bit more fiddly, so I'm just going to cut that one and that bit be using for something else at another time. I think this, I don't think I'm going to be able to show you all of doing this because it takes such a long time, so I will show you a couple. So literally just, you want the 4 longest of them, and you just go in and put a tiny little bit of silicone on the ends, and then poke it in like that. Okay. I think they look nice without. So let's just cut another one. I think I'll put the gems on the underneath. I'll do one more of these to show you. And I'll finish it off. And I'll put it on Chloe's site so you can see the finished. Okay, so one there. Let's put a long one on. It's quite a bit long, isn't it? I'm going to give him a little bit of a trim. That's it, a bit too long. And this one. That one there. Right, let's show you how to do these underneath. Actually, I think we have to go with this one. A little bit of silicone, a tiny little bit, because you don't want it to squirt out. Okay, and then I just went in underneath like that. I use these ones mainly to cover up all the joins, so it makes it look a little bit neater. Just go in this one. Nearly done. carried away. Okay, so that's that. So I will get all these stuck on, ready to show you. I think it's going to take me a good hour to get round that, chopping and doing bits and pieces. So I'm not going to be able to do the inside of the card. Oh, am I going to be able to do the inside of the card? I might not put them on the inside of the card. On the inside of the card, I'm just going to put these on this card. I think that looks quite nice with those just on it. So this is the main bit. Once it's all done, I'll put it on Chloe's website next to the pink one so you can see. That's it. Once it's all dry, I've got all the bits and pieces. I will show you. I hope it's helped you with some inspiration to do the card. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I haven't got a new card yet, but I'm sure I'll have some inspiration soon. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.